Guys, okay, so I know you guys have all heard of this case, the Eliza Lamb case. Basically, she was from Canada and she came to LA, stayed in a really shitty hotel in basically on Skid Row. The hotel has a horrible history, and she somehow ended up in the water tank. And people swear that the LAPD swears that it's a suicide. Um, it makes no sense for it to be a suicide, and to me, the only reason they're saying it's a suicide, it's a fucking cop out because she has bipolar disorder. And as you guys already know, I also have bipolar disorder. And just because someone has bipolar disorder does not automatically assume that they're going to fucking have psychotic breaks on a regular basis and fucking do all this crazy shit. I have yet to have a psychotic break. I have had times where I've been a little less unstable than I am right now. I've had time, I rage out, I'm manic, I do this, I do that because I have bipolar disorder. But I have medication, so I'm pretty much under control. And in her autopsy, she had bipolar medication in her system, which means she was also medicated, which means it was probably under control as well. If you read her Tumblr, you can tell that pretty much it was under control. So that's a fucking cop out. That's an easy excuse, so you don't have to fucking figure out this really complicated and scary fucking case. I hate the fact that pretty much anybody assumes that somebody has bipolar disorder. All of a sudden, they're a fucking freak show, crazy person gonna run around killing people. No. Calm your fucking tits, okay? Most people with bipolar disorder, you would have no idea they even have it. They don't run around screaming like fucking banshees and acting like fucking retards. Yes, I do things that are self-destructive and crazy and a little weird, and you can tell there's probably something a little off about me. But I actually think that has more to do with who I am than having bipolar disorder. Maybe I'm just a little fucking off. But just because of that, like, just because someone has a mental issue does not mean automatically that they're fucking suicidal. They're automatically going to kill themselves. And as with the Eliza Lamb case, we've all seen the elevator footage. That bitch was scared. Like, she was terrified. And yes, she was out there talking and she was doing weird hand motions. Whatever, some people talk with their fucking hands. I think personally that she was scared. She came out of the elevator to talk to somebody who was probably either the person that was scaring her, which I doubt, but I think it was somebody who was going to help her, and they helped her. I personally think it was somebody who works at the Cecil Hotel, so they could bypass that alarm. There is two ways. There was a fire escape she could have went up, but somebody would have probably seen someone being carried, a man carrying a woman up a fire escape. I would assume at least. I think personally that with they had a key, they sounds like the alarm, they put her in the water tank. Because how the hell was this petite girl lift up a cement lid, put herself in the water, and then somehow, even though the water was too heavy for her to she wasn't able to step on the ground and push up. So somehow, even in the water, to be able to push the cement thing over her. That makes no sense. But since she's bipolar, it was so easy to find a fucking cop out. So I think it's really sad because I think we're never going to find out what really happened to this girl. People are already said she had bipolar disorder, she killed herself, the end. So that means, God forbid if anything ever happens to me, I killed myself, the end. So this is me telling you now, I'm not going to kill myself. So if I'm found, in some weird circumstances, please investigate and don't just say, oh, well, she had bipolar disorder, so automatically she killed herself.